Hey guys, it's Ep58 and welcome back to episode 58 of my Leeds United career mode. Now today we've got loads of Premier League games coming up, so they are the games that we will be playing obviously. Before we get into this episode, if we could go hit 25 likes on this video, that would be really appreciated. Also don't forget to go subscribe as well if you haven't already. Now for those of you new to the channel, basically what I do with the career modes is I alternate between them every day. I switch between them. So tomorrow it'll be the Valencia career mode again, so thank you for all the support by the way on the first episode of that. But for today it's the Leeds career mode that I'm doing. We're very close to the January transfer window, kind of midway through December-ish, and today we've got Leicester City, the club that I've just left in one of my career modes. Yeah, that should be an interesting game. We're currently 8th in the league. If we win the game, then we could go into the European spots potentially. Obviously, that might be dependent on other games. Or actually, no, we are the only game I think going ahead today. So I don't think it will depend on anything else. We just need to try and get ourselves a good win here. So I'm going to change on the team, and I'll be back in a second once I've done that. And this is the team that I've gone with. As usual, many changes again for this game. The defence actually stays the same, including Jack Butland. It's everywhere else that pretty much changes. I brought in Yaya Toure and Dele Alli in midfield. Sabrino starts on the left-hand side. Alex Moore at centre attacking mid. Batiste on the right-hand side with Wilson up front. So we're missing some big names in there. Obviously, the likes of Calvin Phillips, who's been really good recently. Bridgecutt's out with a suspension. And Berahino, Gray and Cook out fully fit. Obviously, Cook could probably start, but I've decided to rotate it round with him as well. So this is going to be a tough game. No doubt I'll need Berahino, Cook and Calvin Phillips on at some point. But for now, they're going to have to start on the bench. I'm hoping to have a 1 or 2 goal lead by that point. But Leicester City are a good team, so it's going to be a very difficult match, especially with the side that I've had to put out due to obviously the energy problems and things. So let's go on with this game, hopefully get 3 points and see how we get on. Okay, hopefully Leicester City don't play as well as they have been in real life. I think they've got Inler starting. Is that King? Oh no, that's Matthew James, is it, or something? We've barely seen him this season for Leicester, so it's not the same team that they put out in real life. There are quite a few changes, but still, they are a good team because they got 1-0 up 2 minutes in. Okay, that's not a great start, very slow start from us, and it's a player I've never heard of. I think that's one of their new signings actually. He's had 9 goals, I think that's his 9th this season. So yeah, not a great start to this game really. Now we have a bit of an uphill battle with a weakened team as well, so this is going to be really tough, but hopefully we can still get something from it. Callum Wilson, though, has been awful for me all season. Really, I thought he'd be a good player for us. He's very fast. Got fairly good shooting, to be fair. It's in like the 80s quite easily. But he just hasn't managed to get himself playing properly. Batiste, he's found Alex Moore. Can he get a good shot away? He's turned his defender. Alex Moore off the bar. What a strike. I thought that got in the top corner. What a start we've made, really. I mean, it's been an interesting start to the game. I know we are losing 1-0, but we've made a hell of a start other than that. Really slow start in the first 2 minutes. So much better since then. What a strike that is from Alex Moore. It should go in, but it doesn't. It hits the bar, and we are still losing the game 1-0. Here we go, through to Alex Moore. It's on his right-hand side. He needs to cut back onto his left. Penalty, surely. And it is. The referee giving it. It was a late call. I didn't think he was going to give it. But that is, I'm not even too sure who that is. Is it Edra or something? No, Beera? I don't know what he's called. Never heard of him. Won ourselves a penalty, though. And can we score it? Callum Wilson, hopefully in the top right-hand corner. And it is 1-1. We're back in this game. Nearly 30 minutes on the clock. 1-1. This game is really exciting and actually a very good match so far. It's a tough one, definitely. We've handled it fairly well, though, so far, considering the team that we have out. Here we go, Sabrina, who we've not seen much of, running down the wing here. Trying to cut back onto his favoured right foot. Sabrino's got a shot. Oh, it's 2-1. 38 minutes in. Since when's Sabrino been able to do anything for us when he started? He has done. He's been given a lot of time here, though, to be fair. And he should really be closed down quite comfortably. But he doesn't, and he scores. He makes the most of the chance. We're 2-1 up. And we're not quite at half-time yet. What a turnaround this has been. They're still looking a threat, though, on the attack, Leicester, so I'm not going to get too excited because they are looking quite good going forward. Just defensively, they haven't been as good as I actually expected them to be. But the likes of Wes Morgan and Robert Huth aren't in the starting lineup. Here we go, probably the final corner kick or the final chance of this first half. It's going to be from Leicester City into the back post and headed away brilliantly. Now then, can we try and hit them on the break if we can win it back here? Doesn't look like it. They've got another chance here with Okazaki, but it deflects towards Jack Butland. That'll probably be it for the first half, I'd imagine. But we'll still keep on going, obviously, until the ref blows his whistle. Oh, nearly won it back there. And I imagine now that this might well be the last attempt. And that's it for the first half. He still winning the game 1-0. Amazing first half, really. Been end-to-end stuff from both teams. Can't believe it's only 2-1. It could have easily been more for both of us. We are going to keep the team the same, even though we are looking a bit fragile. Is that Kante that was coming on, did I just see? I only saw his legs, and I've just passed it straight to them. I only saw his legs, but I'm pretty sure that was Kante that just came on. And it is. They've taken off James, and that will probably improve their midfield, I'd imagine. Right, we need to make some changes. We are looking very close to conceding at the moment, and I can't really let that happen. I'm going to bring on Lewis Cook, take off Yaya Toure. We're going to bring on some of the big guns here. We're going to bring on Calvin Phillips as well, take off Alex Motta, who's looking very tired. And we're also going to bring on Berahino as well and take off Callum Wilson. In fact, he's going to stay on, but I'm going to take off Batiste too. I don't know whether he's touched the ball, to be totally honest, in the 60 minutes. But he's coming off now, and hopefully bringing on some better quality players. Let's see how we're going to get on. Mahrez comes on for Leicester. Can we get that one out? Yes, we can. Let's hit him on the break if we can now with Berahino. Hopefully can hold it up. Oof, not quite. Well, I can't believe that. Oh, it's so frustrating when you get in a position where it doesn't let you do what you want to do. It's so frustrating. I'm trying to change players and it's not letting me at all. It gets played out to Okazaki here. I just can't change to anybody that I want to change it to. I can't get to Galloway. It keeps on letting me change to Yedlin. And, yeah, they score from it. I mean, that's unbelievable. Nothing to do with me yet again. And we've gone and conceded from it. It just wouldn't let me change to the right defender. And, yeah, it's 2-2 now. So disappointing as well, and we're looking quite strong with those subs. Cook's won it back. Trying to play it through to Berahino. It's a brilliant pass. Here we go, Berahino at the front post. Oh, is that saved? Or is that just an awful shot? Oh, it is saved. Sabrino to take it, even though really he should be our height in the middle. And Schmeichel punches away. Oh my days, it's going to be another draw, or worse at this rate. We don't seem like we're going to get a bit of luck at scoring here. Oh no! How's that a foul? Oh, I got back the ball. Oh my days, it's not my fault if he collapses. He can't handle the pace and the strength. Oh my days. Calvin Phillips. No, what the hell was that? Okay, I've gone all out attack in order to try and get the win. There's only a couple of minutes left. We desperately need a win here. Why do that, Sabrino? It's clearly offside. Why do that? Can you not just take a couple of steps backwards? Jesus Christ. We've got Kongolo now playing up front. We're going to be very fragile down the middle and in our defence, obviously, now. So, yeah, it's a little bit risky doing this, but hopefully it works. And why be offside? You're clearly going to get the ball at some point. Why stand offside? It's like, why are you running away from it? We're playing under high pressure. We're trying to win back the ball, and we're not like we're trying to get in behind or counter-attack or anything. This is high pressure, this tactic that we're on. Oh, my days. Everyone just running away from the ball. It's pathetic. Trying to play it inside to Kongolo. And it's saved again. Got to score those chances, and that was the last chance of the game. Finishes 2-2, and yeah, only got a point from that, haven't we? Really, not good enough, considering especially with a much better team. The stats again don't really show it, but obviously we were looking more threatening than them. And yeah, we only got a point, so disappointing. Yaya Toure won't be available for the next game, but we have Bridcut back, so that should be fine. We keep missing our chances to get into the European places. That's another chance that we've missed, and we're lucky that everyone else is dropping points. We really are very lucky that that's happening. We are 10 points off top, but I think realistically we've got to look at maybe 4th this year, I think, would be a good target. We finished 6th last season on professional, so 4th, I think, on world class, it should be a good target for us. And will be an improvement, obviously, on last year. We've got Southampton now. It's, again, another tough game, another tough run of matches. We've got West Ham coming up twice as well, at some point with Stoke in between those two games. So we've got some tough games here. I think this is another one that we should be winning against Southampton. They are 10th in the league. If they win this, they go above us. And, yeah, we desperately do need to try and win this match, again, to put pressure on the teams that are above us. So I'll change around the team and I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, the big hitters are back. We've got the usual defence in place here. We've also got Lewis Cook and Bridcut starting in midfield, who are fantastic usually together. Gray on the left-hand side of midfield, Calvin Phillips down the centre, Meunier down the right-hand side, Berahino up front. That's the bench I've gone with, looking very strong. Yaya Toure obviously misses out due to suspension. And yeah, let's get on. Let's try and beat Southampton. Here we go. We are at home for this game. It's a big match, this one, yet again. Every game is obviously a big game for us, so we desperately need to try and win this match. Again, Southampton, very good team, so it's not going to be easy, but it should be one that we really should be trying to get something from this game. 3 points is what I'm aiming for, as always, but it will be tough. Berahino to play through Calvin Phillips on his left foot. It's a tight angle, and it was always going to be a tough one, that. A very good start from us, looking very energetic, which is great to see with those three midfielders. Obviously, Lewis Cook, Bridcut, and Calvin Phillips giving that energy in midfield. They are very good in that position. Hopefully that can continue. And a good chance, a good save from Jack Butland, though. Lewis Cook plays through to Meunier, trying to find Berahino with the cut through, and it's 1-0. Deflects in, I think, off the defender that time round. 1-0, though, Berahino with the initial shot, and he'll claim it. 31 minutes in, I think it's just come off Bertrand, that's what the camera showed us anyway. And it's a brilliant pass here from Lewis Cook. And I like this little cut back here from Meunier, I think it was. And I'm pretty sure it takes a deflection of some sort. Is it Yoshida? No, maybe it doesn't. It's difficult to tell from that angle. 1-0 though. Berahino's quality, you can just see it all the time. The way he's able to keep hold of the balls brilliantly like that is unbelievable. And again, he's nearly found someone in the box. It's quite incredible that he's able to do that as a striker. Meunier with the corner here. Bailey's up there, hasn't quite got to him. Meunier's going to try and cut it across, but ran out of pitch in the end. Bridcut looking for the pass of Berahino. Hasn't quite got to him. That's very unfortunate. I think we could be 2-0 up here quite comfortably. And this side, when we have all the big stars in there, is just so much better than any other team, I think, in the league. I'd go as far as saying the players that we have in this team just seem to perform so well together. We haven't won the game yet, though. We need to keep on playing as well as we are. And as of the first half, still winning the game 1-0. Still looking for the second goal, though. We desperately need to get one to put us in a secure position. We are going to keep things exactly the same, though, because we are looking like we could get a second goal here. But we just need to keep going. We need to make sure we can keep the ball in their half as much as possible. We look, obviously, less threatening when we don't have the ball, as you'd expect. But yeah, we just need to keep the passing going. And hopefully we can find a chance of Berahino or Calvin Phillips. Oh, no way, Wanyama just about gets there, Jack Butland. Let me kick the ball, for God's sake. Oh, my days. How many times does that happen now? It doesn't let you kick the ball. It nearly cost us another goal. Into the back post, and it just about headed away. Berahino is going to wait for the overlap. Only problem is, barely anyone in the box now to play it to. Trying to find Calvin Phillips. Again, it was always going to be tough for him to win that header. Into the path of Damari Gray. Going to look to cut it back to Bridcut. Does still have it. Calvin Phillips with a strike and a good save. Still looking very threatening. We are going to make some changes now, though. And we're going to take off Lewis Cook, who, for obvious reasons, is coming off due to the booking. And we are going to also take off Meunier as well. And we're going to bring on Garcia for a little bit. Haven't seen too much of him this season. Because he doesn't really seem to have as much quality as I expected. So I've not had a chance to play him as much. But Gray will take the corner. Not the greatest of corners. Trying to pick out Bridcut. We don't even have the throw-in. Okay, didn't think Bridcut touched that. Dele Alli bulldozing everyone. Hasn't found the right player, but Bailey gets there and he should score it. Kept in. I know it's an open net and no one's taken the chance. Bailey's still miles up the pitch. He shouldn't be in that position. But he nearly got us a goal and he should have scored. He's got to. If it's anybody else on the pitch, you're thinking that's a certain goal. It's Bailey, the centre-back, that's found himself in that position and needs to get in the right position now because Bridcut's having to cover for him. Calvin Phillips, look at this. It's 1v1 against Yoshida. You would have thought Berahino was the favourite for this one. Still going, trying to play it through. Gray. Oh my days. I'm forced to just shrink, please. He's too tall. Oh my god. We should be 3 or 4 up here. This is a similar game to the Swansea match, which saw us beat them, I think, was it 4-0 in the end? Oh, you're joking. How is that a free kick? That is it, we've won the game 1-0. How it's only 1-0, I've got absolutely no idea. You've seen the chances for yourself, but Yeah, it was just the one opportunity there that we managed to take with Berahino. He just gives us that bit of extra quality, really, in the final third, and he's shown that there. Brilliant performance all round. Like I say, though, disappointed we didn't get more goals. We're trying to improve the goal difference as much as possible. But we've got ourselves into 5th place, finally into the European places. And we're just behind Man United, and actually on the same points, but they do have a game in hand. And we are looking in a good position here. Again, we could go down, obviously dependent on West Brom's result. But it's very tight, isn't it? Even sort of as far down as, well, the bottom, really. We are quite tight. We're only 10 points off relegation, which is quite impressive, really, in a way. But Stoke City out at the bottom, QPR in front of them, with Middlesbrough making the last relegation place, with Leicester City just outside the relegation zone. It's a very interesting league. Man City mid-table. I can't believe West Brom, Norwich and Newcastle are still up there, to be honest. It's very bizarre. But that is it for this episode. We'll quickly have a look at some more things. Suspension over, I think, for Yaya Toure and Garcia, saying thank you for the opportunity of playing in that last game. Not going to do the player development, I don't think, this week. We'll just quickly sit up to the next game against West Ham, and then we will end it there. Okay, this is the fixture list that we have for the end of this month. It's unbelievable. How many games have we got here at the end of December? West Ham, then a day break, then we have Stoke, then 2 days, then West Ham again, then 2 days, and then a cup match. How many games? We've got 4 matches in just over a week. That's incredible. I mean, we're going to have to change on the team so much, and inevitably we are going to lose some of those matches, it looks like. But that's it for this episode. We'll wait and find out in the next episode, and probably the one after that as well. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If we go hit 25 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, feel free to subscribe as well if you haven't already, and that'll be absolutely fantastic. Come back tomorrow, same sort of time of the Valencia career mode. It's going to be episode 2 of that. And if you missed the first episode, obviously go watch it back. It's on the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.